Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bhaskar from Koyatri.com, and it's a great privilege to be here and the part of MBLion Awards. Coming to Koyatri.com. Koyatri.com is an intercity carpooling portal which addresses the long distance travel in India. So, as we all know, India has a huge population of about 127 crores, and if we take as individual travels once in a year, it almost goes to 127. Sorry for this. It almost goes to 127 crores trips in a year. If an individual travels once in a year means between the cities. So, but the travel capacity what is currently having in India is not so sufficient to fulfill the needs of the travel for the whole Indians. And at the same time, the individuals paying more fares, mainly during the long weekends and festival seasons to reach their hometowns from the metro cities. At the same time, when we consider car owners, and car owners are hesitating to take out their cars while traveling between the cities due to the high fuel costs, at the same time high toll fares. So from here the concept of Koyatri appeared, and now what we are going to do is we are going to join the car owners who are having empty seats with them and traveling between the cities on highways mainly we can prefer. At the same time, the travelers who are looking to travel between the same cities. So like we provide a platform where the car owners can share their empty seats along with the fare and the date and time that they're going to travel. At the same and so they will post their ride, and the travelers will hit the site and check whether the rides are available for their destinations or not. If it is available, yes, they will send a request to the car owners. So Koyatri is having an Android app, and now we are going to come up with an iOS app within a couple of months, maybe in 2 months. Our target group is mainly IT and non-IT employees, so who are working mainly in the metro cities. As we all know that people move to metro cities for fulfilling their needs of the employment. So Koyatri currently having a user base of 6,000 plus users, and already shared a rides of 600 plus rides with 1,800 plus sheets, which are approximately equal to 9 lakhs of revenue generated till now. So like, currently we are operating for free of cost for both the commuters, for the car owners and the same time for the travelers. For the next 1 year, we are planning to take service charge of 10%, which can be calculated as a handling fee per seat shared. And if we consider what are the strategies that we are going to implement for the next 1 year is, we are just having a marketing campaign for online and offline, which the online consists of digital marketing and the social media marketing, as we all aware of these concepts. And in the offline, we are having campaigns, already we are organizing campaigns in Hyderabad at all the IT hubs, and now we are as a part of expansion in Pan India. So we are trying to hire a city head or city ambassador for each and every metro cities in India, where they can form a small team and they can look over the operations in their metro cities with the help of us. When we come to the competitions that we're having for us is, the major competitors BlaBla and Tripda. So BlaBla is already entered into India maybe 5 to 6 months back. So we need to have a competitive advantage when we need to compete with the company like BlaBla. So the first thing is security is a major concern when we consider traveling with a stranger or the concept of carpooling. So we have a security concepts like we are validating their mobile numbers, email IDs, and now we are going to integrate an UID, maybe Aadhaar card or the PAN card, which is going to be mandated for like a security purpose. And now we are going to check the social networking profile of every individual who are registered with us. And we are doing this as a mandate for every individual as a part of verification. and the vehicle verification. So the car owners who have already posted the rides will be verified with the vehicle number which is given by them. Whether the vehicle is on the same name or not by the car owner, for the car owner's name, and the color what they mentioned, and the number, the TR number, where the registration is, all these things will be verified when the car owner posted the ride. At the same time, we have we are maintaining very good rapport with the users now currently. So we have one-to-one interaction with the users. We will talk to every individual user. We have a separate team for that who will be interacting with the users continuously when they post rights or when they request, when they registered, all these things. And now in the next 2-3 months, we are going to have added value-added services like we are going to integrate online food ordering in the app for the people who are going to travel on the highways. So the people who are traveling on the highways can book or order the food directly to the hotels which are present in the highways. At the same time, we are planning to come up with a travel cart for the travelers. Koyatri got funded by an angel investor of $1 lakh. His name is Mr. Sudhir Gaddam. And the major revenue model for Koyatri is, as I told you, we are going to charge 10% as a handling fee per seat shared. And Mr. Pradeep Enugala is a CEO and founder of this Koyatri.com. Unfortunately, due to the sick, he is not available here today. And I am the one who is taking care about the CMOs. Thank you.
Hi, so my name is Raghav. I work with BlaBlaCar. So direct competition to you guys. I was wondering if you know that I am from BlaBlaCar. So very interesting to hear you, obviously, and all the power to you to make ride sharing happen and make it bigger in India. So I was just curious, how are you seeing response from people? Are you seeing a lot of people using the service, and are there sections of the country where you're seeing more people, lesser people? I can tell you for us, Delhi, Chandigarh is big, Mumbai, Pune is big, Bangalore, Chennai is big. We've had lots of people traveling on these routes. You might have gone to the BlaBlaCar website, I'm assuming. So, yeah.
So for us, the major routes are Hyderabad to Vijayawada and the Bangalore to Hyderabad. So we have seen a lot of traction in these two routes currently. At the same time, the traction, when we compare the market of North India and South India, the people see the integrity of the concept need to be integrated in the South India. The concept which is carpooling is not so integrated in the culture of South India. But North India people, okay, from when we compare to South India, it's comparatively good in case of North India. So like currently we have 600 plus rides shared from last 5 months, and we have 5,000 plus users base.
Hi, I'm Rajneesh. I'm one of the co-founders of Ixigo.com. It's a large travel planning site in India. You must be knowing it. So I have a question about your business model. So it's basically carpooling of private individuals, or you're also pooling in commercial vehicles with seat sharing?
No, actually we are planning only with the individuals, with the car owners.
Okay, got it.
So because when we take out the commercial vehicles, they will work for the profits. So that they need to generate the revenue. But when it takes in case of car owners, they are looking to reduce their expenses while they're traveling.
Got it. But the biggest problem with that model is that the liquidity of the users initially that you need to have on the platform becomes a bit of a challenge.
Yes.
In commercial model, you can actually seed the system with a lot of commercial vehicles which are already being used for transport. That was the only. So how are you seeding the platform is my question.
As I told you, like, we didn't look at the commercial vehicles till now. So as I told you, this is the one of the thing what we are having as a revenue model. And the second thing is food ordering system in the hotels for the highways. and we are going to integrate the card for the travelers. These are three ways which we are going to seed the revenues for ourselves.
Okay.
Can the audience ask
Yeah.
questions? So there is a company. There is a company called Ride Scout in US. They are also doing something similar like ride sharing, not just cars. They do it for bike, two-wheelers, four-wheelers, even other vans and all that. So, are you also planning to do it for multiple wheelers?
No, actually we have planned to integrate intercity also. So currently we are operating intercity only. So maybe with the traction, with having a look over the tractions, we may come up with intercity. But we are not looking at the from vans to two-wheelers.
Okay. And do you have any plan to use the data for analytic purpose? Because you're collecting a huge amount of data, consumers especially.
Not it.
I just have one question.
Yeah.
You also mentioned about the comfort level of North India and South India. So any specific thought process behind it, like why you would categorize it like North Indians are comfortable and South Indians are not?
No, the major thing why I talk about North India and South India is so the people who are staying in South India, like they won't believe the one beside them.
Okay.
So I am basically from South India, so I know what the character of people who are staying in South India. So even they will hesitate to travel with the unknown persons, even though there is a need for them.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to find out two things. One, do you find it difficult to get people to satisfy, to fulfill the commitment that they make? Say, I'm a car owner, I'm going from Bombay to Pune, and I've put my requirement up on your app. And then there are two other people or four other people who decide to pull in, and then I decide I don't want to go anymore. So are there many cases where such a thing happens? One, and two, you mentioned about safety being an important thing. I think it's the topmost thing that anybody would think of, whether you're a car owner or you're the person who's going to share the ride with the car owner. What do you do? So you talked about 3-point verification.
3-tier verification process.
But what does that mean? I have an email ID, I have a phone number, for example, and I have something else, but I am, for example, I'm a dacoit, and I'm deciding that whoever pulls in this car ride with me, I'm going to steal their cash or whatever. How do you prevent against that? So 2 questions. Thank you.
Yes. For the second question, actually, we are in the development mode for that. We are implementing a panic button on app. So where if you sense something is wrong is going to happen, you can click on the panic button. The information about the complete ride along with your details of the co-travelers and the car owner name will be redirected to the nearby police station.
Okay, but that's post-mortem, right?
Yes.
You have to first get people to understand that this is a safe model. So for me to adopt it, I have to be sure that this is safe, right? Now, panic button comes in when out of...
As I told you, when you sense some kind of wrong is happening. For the initial stage, actually, as I told you, we are going. Pradeep is in talk with the Aadhaar cards. The Aadhaar card, the government of India is taking care of the Aadhaar card integration, and we have been planned to integrate Aadhaar card integration as a part of verification process. So every individual who registered with us need to undergo the verification of Aadhaar card. So they need to enter their Aadhaar number, which will be validated. Then the user will be allowed to post or book ride. Until or unless the Aadhaar card which is not validated, the user won't be allowed by the system to post or book ride. And the first thing you said, can you repeat the first question?
What happens if
Whether there's problem in logistics, whether people back out, and then how do you handle it?
For the backup, currently till now we didn't face any such kind of situations.
Oh,
So the 600 plus other successful rides happened, and there is no cancellations for the last minute till now. And as I told, there is a team which is already which have direct interaction with the users in a continuous basis. From the time he posted the ride, or from time he sends the request to the car owner to the ride, to the time at the end of the ride. So like due to this regular interaction, we will be like getting aware about the things like whether he is going to cancel the ride or he is going to continue with the ride. So if something happened and he cancelled the ride, means the next minute we will engage the travelers who already placed the request to the ride to the next ride which is happened, which is there in the site for the same destination.
I don't know if you have time, but maybe I can add a quick point because we face a similar problem as BlaBlaCar.
Yes.
Do we have a minute? Yeah. Okay. So, and maybe I should just say a couple of words about BlaBlaCar before I explain what we do here. So, BlaBlaCar is French. The company is fairly old, but really ride sharing has grown in Europe in the last 3 years. So, in the last 3 years, BlaBlaCar has expanded to 19 countries, and we launched in India in Jan this year. It's as he said, it's a very similar private car ride sharing city model. In the last 2-3 years, we built up to 20 million people globally. So it's a large number of people. What's interesting is every month, 2 million people travel with BlaBlaCar. So that's 20 lakh people who travel with BlaBlaCar. In India, the experience has been, we launched in Jan. We have a lot of similar features and some additional features. We've had over 2.5 lakh seats shared on BlaBlaCar all across India. So a lot of people are using the service. What starts happening, and I'm coming to answer your first question, is that if a car owner cancels the trip at the last minute between Bombay and Pune. So if I go on BlaBlaCar right now and search Bombay Pune, I will probably see 400 cars going from Bombay to Pune in the next few days. As the service grows, this will become almost 100 cars going from Bombay to Pune every day, right? Because 400 is maybe over a week. So as more and more people start using BlaBlaCar, if a car owner cancels, BlaBlaCar works on a peer-to-peer rating basis. So when you travel with somebody, you spend maybe 3 hours, 5 hours with them in a car. So at the end of the trip, you rate them and they rate you, right, how the experience was. So firstly, if that car owner cancels absolutely at the last moment with no explanations, he's very likely going to get impacted in terms of his rating, and the chances that he'll get a co-traveler next time around drastically go down. And we don't do it right now, but as the usage grows up, we will very likely be able to find that passenger to get into another car because there are hundreds of cars going. So that's how we take care of that.
So what about the other side of the equation? So if the car owner or if the passenger basically cancels and so I had a passenger in my car but it canceled the last minute, I can't find any other passengers.
Yeah. So for the passenger as well, the rating gets affected. And in Europe, currently what we do is when a passenger books a seat, let's say that somebody is going from Paris to Brussels, and if the fee is 20 euros, that person pays those 20 euros when they book a seat. And if you cancel at the last minute, then you lose that 20 euros like you would in an airline. So there's a time period that you have to get that back, or you don't get that back. And that money still goes to the car owner as compensation for an unfulfilled seat.
In this case, like, what are the security, in terms of security, what are the concerns? So, who takes the ownership? Yeah. Or is it like on parking ticket wallets? I mean, wallet parking is give the car keys, and the back we just flip the car token. You find it's at owner's risk.
So I can tell you what we do. Yeah, I can tell you what we do. The 3 buckets. There's a verification bucket. There's a social profiling bucket, and then there's a peer-to-peer rating bucket. So verification is you can only log in on BlaBlaCar in India through your Facebook account, right? It gives us a member's Facebook ID, which gives us a lot of information about them. We display how many friends a person has on their BlaBlaCar profile in terms of Facebook friends. What that does is if I want to travel with somebody and it says that they have 5 Facebook friends, I'm not going to travel with them because it's probably a fake account. But most of us have 200, 500 friends, whatever, so it gives us that. And today we take email verification, mobile verification. As we progress the service, we will take credit card information, we will take bank information, we will take government IDs, we will link up LinkedIn ID, etc., etc. So that's the verification bucket. Then every profile mandatorily will say who you are and why you're traveling, right? So that's up to me to write. I could write something fake, right? But you have to write who you are. then typically people are able to speak to each other before they travel, right? So I will call Rajneesh and say, listen, I'm going to Chandigarh. He will sound hopefully fine on the phone. I have seen his profile, etc., etc. And then we will agree to travel. And then once we do this trip, we will rate each other. So if you were to travel with me and if you see Raghav has 20 ratings and these are from 20 different people, then through knowing verifications, social profiles and peer-to-peer ratings, you get a fairly good sense that this is a regular person to try and travel with. So that's how it's worked in all countries. It's not just a European example, it works in Mexico, it works in Turkey, where there are similar security concerns as India. Before we launched in India, I didn't know how it would take off, but when I look back at the last 6 months and the number of people who are using it, it's almost a very India-specific kind of a model because just doing verifications doesn't work. We've seen that, right? So this tends to work. I'm sorry, this is becoming a slightly separate discussion. I think we should focus on the panel members and not move to something
The
completely.
answers will be same.
Okay. Great, thank you.